Dum, 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 dum. I'm too much. Dun, 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 dun. He's Mr. White Christmas. He's Mr. Snow. He's Mr. I forgot the rest of the words. Yes, I know I'm recording, guys. I got you. Gotcha, bitch. Little Dave Chappelle there. Just making sure the stream is going. You could hear me 5 seconds ago. That's a little weird, right? So, subject we haven't discussed in a very long time. Not that long, but long enough. Some of you might have come to this channel because of it, but we're getting back. There's some news, not a lot, but some. There's some news for God Particle. And I'm probably late to the party. But, and I'm sorry if you hear a lot of noise outside. I want my windows up. It's like a nice fall day, and there's a lot of traffic today. I should have waited another hour or two after rush hour was over to do this, but I was so, I don't know if excited is the word. I'm actually a little upset, to be honest, because I wanted God Particle. I thought we were going to see something for it very soon, and I've sort of been, ignoring it a little bit. I haven't even been on the Cloverfield Reddit. I haven't touched Cloverfield, but I was curious, and I've been just waiting patiently to find out anything about God Particle. And so I searched it. Looked through the news, see if there was anything, any God Particle news whatsoever. And then I found this article from July 21st from Variety, that I guess I overlooked completely or something. I don't know. But it's a little upsetting in terms of God Particle news. See, some of you who came here through Twin Peaks, I'm a huge Twin Peaks fan, but not many of you probably know that I am a God Particle fan. Not God Particle fan. Obviously not a God Particle fan. The movie hasn't come out yet. You were in the Cloverfield movie. Please share that information, Ted. I'm very curious. But I'm just going to go through this article. I'm going to go through what it says. I haven't done a God Particle Cloverfield update in a while, and this channel was almost established by Cloverfield stuff. So here's what the article says. And some of this is not new news, but I figured I'm going to reiterate it for just to refresh people's memories. So the original release was supposed to be, I believe, the beginning of this year. Yeah, I believe it was supposed to be January or February of this year. Delayed. And then they moved it back to October. It was supposed to be October 27th, so it was supposed to come out a month from today, at the moment of recording this. And, I haven't heard anything, waited. I kind of just ignored it. And, I let time pass. And now I'm like, there has to be something at this point. There has to be something. So I searched it, and apparently in July they announced that the next Cloverfield movie, which, tentative title God Particle, is going to be moved to February 2nd, 2018, which sucks. I mean, we have to wait till next year. Oh, you lost your hat, Ted. Santa Anita Mall near the racetrack. Oh, is that the scene where they were doing Is that the scene where wow, I'm blanking on the scene where Lizzie Kaplan's character blows up? Is that the part? When they go through the mall and it's almost like a little base. Is that the part you're referring to? Is that where you were an extra? I love Cloverfield, by the way. So that's cool. Even though you lost your hat. So Oren Uziel, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's supposed to be the director of God Particle, or Cloverfield 3, or whatever you want to call it. There's an Afghanistan hat with a check mark with every day spent in the zone. Oh man, that sucks. Sorry, Ted. That sounds cool. Shit. 180 check marks and 2 postal dates stamped a day, and I would be upset. I'm sure you are. Damn. It's like I don't know. I'd love to, like, I would have loved for something like that. I'm not gonna poke the wounds. So it's cool though. I'm gonna. I don't know if you guys could hear what stuff going outside, but there's trucks just, bouncing along. Yeah, that sucks. I wish that would have been definitely something I wanted to keep like forever, but that's a bummer. Sorry about it, Ted. That sounds really cool. Where was I? The 2007 Cloverfield movie, which is most likely to be retitled, will become the first title to launch on February 2nd, just 2 days before NFL's 52nd Super Bowl. I don't know what that has to do with anything. Apparently, Bad Robot is also working on a George Clooney movie called Suburbicon, which moved from November 3rd to October 27th. Is that this year? Suburbicon. Let's see what that's about. You never know. Oh, you still have your mink hat. Suburbicon. Oh, I've seen the trailer. It has 2 stars already. Yeah, I ignore stars. Rotten Tomatoes. What do they know? So I'm gonna go through the Suburbicon thing. This is the Wikipedia entry, so bear with me. American crime comedy film directed by George Clooney, written by Joel Coen, Ethan Coen, Clooney, and Grant Heslov. The film stars Matt Damon, Julianne Moore, and Oscar Isaac. All good people. So why is it so terrible? Production company Paramount Pictures. I guess this isn't a Bad Robot thing. It's Paramount. I don't know why they included it in that article. That's weird. Variety. What are you doing? Yeah, Bad Robot didn't make this. Come on. They're not anywhere on this. Paramount did, which works with Bad Robot, but played an injured guy in a medic tent. Did not make the final cut. You were working with Matt Damon the day the Ledger died. Ben Affleck. Wow. And he turned out to be Batman. Interesting. Funny how things work out. What's the God Particle update? The God Particle update, Supreme Pro, is that it is it's not coming out this October. It's coming out next February 2nd. And Variety thinks it's interesting. It felt like it needed to make the point that's 2 days before the Super Bowl. I don't know. Like, I guess maybe because they're gonna lose sales on Sunday. Like, they're not gonna make a good weekend box office. They're not gonna make a good high weekend box office. I don't know. Cartoon Network ruined America. Please elaborate, Ted. I'm not sure what you mean. Were you working on some Cartoon Network thing? Please share. Now you have me. Now you have my attention. I'm curious. Also, let me know how this sounds. I have one of these Blue Yeti things now. If it sounds better than my old mic, I think it does. Here's a little 10 Cloverfield Lane numbers, because I do like getting into the, politics of everything too. 10 Cloverfield Lane was the movie, one of the few Paramount films last year to perform well, with a worldwide gross of more than $100 million on an $8 million budget. I didn't know it made that much of a profit. Holy Jesus. Yeah, sorry, Supreme Pro. I'm late to the party. I'm digging around, though. When people came back, when you came back, people were watching Family Guy. I have to be honest, I watched Family Guy too, and I was really into it, but I was also 12. And I used to think it was cool to stay up late and watch Family Guy on Adult Swim, and then they renewed it on Fox. Hey, Phil. Philip. I'm sorry, I just assumed you like going by Phil, but I'll call you Philip. Cloverfield Lane, God Particle, tentative title. This is a little bit old news. Has been delayed until February 2nd, 2018. But we're just talking about, I'm gonna hit the God Particle, the Cloverfield subreddit, because there's always meaty details. They always have things. I don't know how these people get some of this information, but it's always really good. And I used to be heavy on the Cloverfield. Why am I not subscribed? Oh, because there's another one. All right. I was going to say I freaked out for a second. Also, there's Overlord stuff. I don't know if you guys know about this, but this is also supposed to come out in 2018. Interesting. I'm going to, I might screen share this with you guys. People are posting stuff from the set of Overlord, which is supposed to be another bad robot movie, I believe, coming out in 2018. It's supposed to be really interesting. I'm just a lurker on Reddit. Mine is 77. It's nothing. It's really bad, my Reddit karma. Hey, Sabrina. What's up? I used to be heavy in the Cloverfield forums, and that's it. I did not even touch the Twin Peaks forum, Reddit. I peruse every now and then, but I wouldn't really deep dive into the Twin Peaks one. Looking for any possible leads here we might discover something tonight. I don't know. It's always interesting looking at, but even the Cloverfield Reddit, which is usually pretty on top of things. I guess there really isn't anything going on. Oh, you're under 10 karma? Jeez. Oh man. GameFAQ. I haven't been on GameFAQs in years. That used to be my go-to for old game cheats, but I've just been playing Injustice, to be honest. Which isn't, it's pretty straightforward. What's up, Bill? Bill. Have you guys seen that video of the girls dancing in the elevator? And she's videotaping everybody dancing in the elevator, and then Bill Nye just walks in on them, and they all sort of just... It's the funniest thing. It's the funniest video. I love it so much. let's see. Okay, there was this slusho truck thing that was happening at the conventions. By the way, I don't know who here lives in the New York area or Northeast, but I'm gonna be at New York Comic Con next weekend, next Saturday and Sunday. So if you're there, definitely let's do a quick hello. Take a selfie or whatever, and then we can go on our merry way and pretend like it wasn't awkward at all. So I did read through this form before, and this is like I said before, this is where I was pretty heavy when 10 Cloverfield Lane came out, and I was super into the ARG, but with this whole slusho truck thing happening, I didn't really keep up with it. But I know there was a lot of weird stuff happening with Tagurato.jp and Slusho, the websites, like they went down. Somebody's saying the leading connection we have found between these cities seems to be the power generation. This would explain why Power Sticks were given as prizes. Interesting. The Slusho Truck Twitter account. You know what? I'm going to take a gander at that. I feel like whenever I do these kind of things, serendipity kind of happens. And I find stuff while I don't intend to. The last update was August 6th. Great meeting you, Springerville. This leg of Slusho Truck Tour has come to an end. Stay tuned for more boosts. Hashtag happy talk. I wonder if they're going to be at New York Comic Con. That'd be cool. Sabrina, there really is no info. I've just been, waiting to address it. And I don't know if you guys I don't know where you guys came here from Twin Peaks or from the other 10 Cloverfield Lane video I did, the theories video, but I've been dying to do another Cloverfield video, but I just don't have much to go off of, and I don't want to just now like I'm doing now. I'm just just rambling about anything and trying to pull something out of thin air, but there's really nothing right now. The last update on the Slusho truck thing was August 9th. Dale Cooper does amazing dive shooting stars. Thoughts? I'm not quite sure what you mean. When the non-existent thing happens? Sorry, Ted. I'm gonna try not to burst your bubble, but I'm gonna try to keep it Cloverfield centric. Oh, the Cloverfield Godzilla movie? What are you talking about, Willis? Cloverfield Godzilla movie? I don't know. I don't recall any Cloverfield Godzilla movie. Please share. I know that's sort of a pipe dream of everybody, but I didn't know that was a thing that was supposed to be happening. Oh, the shooting stars meme. That thing. I can do the whole thing. So yeah, Cloverfield. I guess Bad Robot's busy, but let me see what's on Bad Robot's schedule right now. I'm sure they have we'll never know. They'll God Particle was. 10 Cloverfield Lane was such a surprise when they just dropped the trailer for that. I don't remember the exact timeline of that, but production company filmography. Apparently they did a lot of Westworld. Cloverfield movie 2018. There's not really any new news on this. It's everything we kind of knew already. Roger Davies is named Michael. That's pretty much it. Clover, the production name given to the giant monster in 2008 film Cloverfield. The creature was originally conceived by producer J.J. Abrams. Yeah. Didn't wow, I'm blanking on his name now. the other guy. The guy that directed it. I thought he helped come up with it too. Why am I blanking on his name? This sucks. Matt Reeves. I don't know if he worked with Matt Reeves on the actual creature or if that was just JJ. But let's see. There's a lot on the Bad Robot list. Now they're working on some Japanese animated movie. Castle Rock, I believe it's called. No, maybe this is something else. Castle Rock is a TV series. Oh, based on the Stephen King stories. Okay, yes. I knew about this. What's Glare? It's also for there's a lot. JJ is going to be busy in 2018. Glare is apparently a show that Bad Robot is producing, but there's no information about it. Interesting. It's hard to do like a video or a podcast about a Bad Robot thing in the works because there's no real information about anything. Mission Impossible 6, yeah, who cares? I like the first 2 or 3. Henry Cavill's going to be in Mission Impossible 6. Simon Pegg. Tom Cruise, of course. Michelle Monaghan. Alec Baldwin. Okay. Sure. Well, we all know JJ is back on the Star Wars train, so Bad Robot is on the list for Star Wars. And then we have Overlord, which is probably the most, I don't know, we've gotten the most information about. But even the IMDb page for Overlord doesn't really have anything. The stories of 2 American soldiers behind enemy lines on D-Day. That's pretty much what we knew months ago. And that was updated on the 17th. It's in post-production, so that's pretty cool. So that's done. I know Bad Robot isn't just JJ. Like, he's not the whole of Bad Robot. There's all the, subsets and a lot of other talented people on Bad Robot team. I get it, Ted. Wonder if Bad Robot knows that people are screaming for Cloverfield movie stuff. Seems like they would just give it a look. I think they know. I think they're aware of like the cult following, which I don't know if it's even a cult following. If they made $100 million on 10 Cloverfield Lane, it might just be like, it might be mainstream at this point. I know at least the first movie was very mixed reactions, kind of ill received because of the shaky camera and whatnot. I think it did well in the box office, I believe, but I'm not absolutely sure. But I think 10 Cloverfield Lane did really well, so now it might have, pushed it into the stratosphere of mainstream. And Dan Trachtenberg, the director, there was actually a cool interview with Dan Trachtenberg where he talks about 10 Cloverfield Lane, done by Film Riot. So, go check that out. Actually, I might link that up because if you guys are into filmmaking or just behind the scenes stuff, it might be a cool thing to watch. Here we go. I really love this interview. And you guys probably saw Dan Trachtenberg's episode of Black Mirror that came on last season. Sabrina says, I came from the Theories video. The way they did the initial marketing fascinates me, and I only became interested in Cloverfield because of the secretive nature of the project. Same here. I mean, I was sort of a fan of JJ and Bad Robot before that, but I didn't really know what to think of Cloverfield Lane. And honestly, the sort of viral marketing, now it seems like an overused phrase, but definitely got me into Cloverfield, and I watched it the night it was released, and my mind was blown. I loved it. And then other people were like, "What the?" Like I could barely watch it. I had to leave the theater because I felt sick, and then I don't know. I just loved it. But I love Godzilla movies and all that stuff, and I love the strangeness of it. And the ARG was honestly because of the ARG, it sold me more on the movie. I mean, I liked the movie by itself, but the ARG is really what made me fall in love with it and the whole universe and the idea. Ted Belcher says Cloverfield as a brand name is bust because the movie did bad in 2008. Yeah, no, I definitely see that. So they're turning it from Cloverfield to, I guess, I mean, 10 Cloverfield Lane kind of reclaimed it a little bit, I guess. So people knew it was Cloverfield-esque, but not necessarily Cloverfield. I feel like maybe this is, I don't know. Maybe they're going to sort of play off 10 Cloverfield Lane and go jump off from that and sort of have Cloverfield as like sort of Cloverfield as sort of like a one-off and not related to anything happening, you know, now into the future. So I don't know if we'll see Clovey again. So I don't know. I'm starting to think that just because the initial Cloverfield did not do as well, but I feel like it has a lot of cult success. So you know, I don't know. I'm not Paramount Studios, and I don't have millions of dollars to play around with. So I don't know. Now I'm rambling. So yeah, guys, if you're curious, definitely watch that link I dropped to the Dan Trachtenberg interview by Film Riot. Really good stuff. Cloverfield is my city. I mean, you mean Central Park, New York? Cloverfield is my. I think I get what you're referencing. Jake Paul. Is that? Should I not say it? If I say it 3 times, does he appear with a bad meme or something? I fell off keeping track of those nuts, and nuts is putting it lightly. Where was I going with this? Yeah, so no God Particle news. No, a little bit, but not an. Oh, here's a cool article by Collider. I believe I read this before, about the writer of God Particle. So it's definitely there. You know what? I'm just gonna. I want to know how to pronounce his name, and I feel like a jerk for like a dumb American for not knowing how to pronounce this. Uziel, or I think it's Uziel. Uziel. But this is what he's saying about God Particle. It was written before 10 Cloverfield Lane and the expanded Cloverfield universe. It was written before 10 Cloverfield Lane and the expanded Cloverfield universe even existed as a thing. So God Particle was came before even Cloverfield, or the idea of expanded universe. It was a spec that I wrote probably a year or so after Shimmer Lake, so it definitely existed as its own science fiction. And then after years of, you know, how scripts kind of hang around, people like them, but for whatever reason, they decided to make it, and then suddenly everything fell into place with J.J. Abrams, Bad Robot, and Paramount. I don't know exactly when it became a Cloverfield movie, but I suspect in this current market where it's just harder and harder to make an original movie of any kind, a science fiction movie in particular, but I think everyone just knew if it fits, and it does, into that Cloverfield world, it should, and it can only help. Interesting. Yeah, I agree. God Particle is kind of it's like, what is God Particle? The thing is, you're going to come up to the physics. It's a cool brand name, but I feel like for like SEO purposes and Google searches, you're definitely going to get beat out by the actual physics term, which is fine, but Uziel said that once it became a Cloverfield movie, the film required some rewriting during production, but he stresses it really didn't change the content of the film all that much. This is what he says. We rewrote it during production, but I'm not sure what it means to be part of the expanded Cloverfield universe, other than knowing what kind of quality and feel you're going to get from something that's coming out of Bad Robot and JJ. Just sort of helps to give an understanding of like, okay, I understand what type of movie this is going to be. As far as specifics, I don't think there's only one specific thread that makes it a Cloverfield movie, I guess. So it's going to be kind of like what they did with Valencia and got 10 Cloverfield Lane. And it being like a script on its own, this sort of like box movie where people are trapped keep people in a cellar or a bunker and just see and like write out how that plays out. And so they bought that script, I believe. This is how it went. And then they made that movie. And they, Cloverfielderized it with aliens and, conspiracies and all that stuff. Blame Fonzie for no hat. Ted, are you okay? Are you okay, Ted? Pretty Woman 2. Soundtracks are set before release. Interesting. Read all the tracks in order to find the code. This is very ominous, Ted. Alright, here's I think this is the last of what he says about rewriting God Particle and what it's turning out to be. He says, I guess for me, sometimes those movies tend to be more concerned with whatever the obstacle is, and I'm more concerned with the characters. Yes. Of course. The characters' relationships to each other and that obstacle, I guess. He seems a little apprehensive about this whole Cloverfield thing. So to me, when you say it is a contained astronaut movie, I'm just curious what those astronauts are going through and what they're expecting and what the character story is and what specifically the threat is, often less of a concern to me. So that's basically what 10 Cloverfield Lane was, in a way. Just you put these people in a box, and you see what happens, basically, and you just see how they interact as people and whatnot. Ted, you hope it's a Katy Perry video. What are you talking about, buddy? Been a long day. My stomach is, I'm so hungry, guys. This article is a little bit old because it's still saying it's going to come out next month. This is from May. Oh well. Not getting Cloverfield for a while, guys. A couple months. How many months? 5 months. A little bit less than half a year until another Cloverfield movie, unless they push it back even further. I hope not, because I would love a little Cloverfield right before my birthday. That would be nice. Some Cloverfield before a birthday. Alright, guys. So I think I'm going to drop it there since there isn't any real news, and we could just go on tangent after tangent after tangent. Remember when Seal was in the Batman video? Of course I remember when Seal was in the Batman video because I love Kiss on a Rose. Kiss by a Rose. I was actually going to do a cover of it the other day for Batman Day, but I decided against it. Anyway, guys, unless you have any questions, I think we're going to call it a day. Thank you all for watching. And those who are watching afterward, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe and, give this video a like, because that would be super nice. And I'd appreciate it. Alright, guys, I shall catch you very soon. I've been doing streams almost every day, so if I find a subject, I might just do streams for like a half hour to an hour every day. Let me know if you're into that idea. But other than that, I need to do some prep work before I do a stream. So I'm not just reading on air. But thank you guys. Sincerely, I appreciate you watching. Those who are watching on Twitch and Periscope, thank you as well. And I shall catch you guys very soon. See you later.